My name is Sagger. I've been trading like future for like almost like 2 years. So basically, I do exactly same thing as you do. Your strategy is like very simple, you know. It took me like 5 days to get that 25K lock in. I withdraw 5K from each account because they
So
have
that
the
was
max.
25.
Yep,
That's a
that's
good week
yeah.
right there. That's a good week if I do say so
Yeah.
myself.
Keep on doing that, and I was able to get another 25K. That's crazy. I got 50K. You know that?
you
that's
just
why I
you just blew
that's
my
why I said
mind.
it. The craziest thing is that I make that all the money while I was in military drill for my 2 weeks training.
Thing because the main reason I wanted to is because I seen the withdrawals that you had. Like, how much have you withdrawn? Because I'm not sure how long that was in a span of either. All I seen was just a screenshot. One day
Oh
was
shit.
20 something, and then the next day
Yeah,
you took another withdrawal. I'm not sure.
yeah,
I'm assuming you were copy trading, but we're gonna see. Just let me know. So if you just want to let everybody know who you are, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
we'll kind of get into everything.
yeah. No problem, man. My name is Sagger. I've been trading like future for like almost like 2 years, but I haven't been like like profitable for like long times. So I think I joined your group like probably almost like 2 years ago. Like I joined that time, so I was like on and off, because I wasn't like too like focusing on trading stuff like that. But I was like watching your YouTube videos, stuff like that, and just kind of going through a strategy, kind of back testing, every day. But I wasn't in the market until like year and a half. I kind of start to lock in, and kind of using like platform to trade.
You start off with prop
So
firms, or were
what
you
was that?
live account first? Like, did you start off using prop firms, or did you
Oh
go live
yeah,
account then into prop firms?
I start platform because I feel like it's better to use their money than mine money
Hmm.
because I didn't want to risk my own money too,
I don't
and
blame you.
yeah, because I was like new and I didn't want to lose my own money. So yeah, I did kind of like research everything, and I mean like yeah, I I started watching your YouTube videos like probably like two. I was like 1.5 years,
I
and
appreciate
I
that,
was
bro.
kind of yeah, I was just kind of watching, keep on watching it, and kind of join your like live Telegram, kind of see
Yeah,
and
as you see, we here every day, no days off, every
yeah,
single day. Like after this call that I got, after this interview with you, then I
right,
have a call with a student, then I got the call at
right,
8 o'clock. It's just back to back to back to back to back. But
definitely,
let's kind of get
definitely.
into more or less like your trading in itself. Like, how would you describe the way you trade? Do you trade exactly like me? Do you have a couple of
Yeah.
different things, or like just explain to the people how you would explain the way you trade?
So basically, I do exactly same thing as you do. So like I said, like I start watching you and kind of like start to grasp your strategy. Kind of it's your strategy is like very simple. If
Very
you like
simple.
know, yeah, if you know what to do, like it's very simple. You just gotta find like right time. Like everything. Like you said, like 9:30 to 11. Always look for that. It's because market move fast on that. That time frame. So it's simple. It's simple. It's the exact same thing as you do. Just use the fib, 50%. Continuation, and like normal fib. I do the same thing as you do from 9:30 to 11. So I got my 150K account after you got yours like last time.
Hmm.
You purchased your like five 50K account.
You got those five like around the time I did the like, oh, I like did the whole breakdown what you guys talk
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
Matter of fact,
yeah,
you literally took the play done and did
yeah.
exactly what it was. The
Yep, yes,
25K play, like that's exactly what it was. It just goes to show the play. Like I wish
right,
there's a lot to explain when it came to the 25K play, but to break it down for anybody watching that doesn't know what it means, I had a session with the group and everything just talking about basically what I was
right,
going to be doing, buying the 150K tops up accounts, paying $750, 4 to 5 accounts. Once you do
right.
that, pass the account. Once you do that, you pass, pay the 750 or $1,500 into it. From
Yep,
there, if you can get each account to that $5,000 and be able to take
yep,
all of it away, you can be able to get that withdrawal of $25,000, which is damn near a 1 to 20 ROI. And now I want you
yeah,
to talk about what actually you did because that was what I gave to them. That was my play. That's what I was gonna do.
right. So yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
so
you got the
yeah,
results.
yeah. So I watched your video. I think you make a video about that purchasing that 550K account, and I watched your video. Like, how did you like break down and like you're gonna risk this much for per trade for a day? So I did the exact same thing. I risk 1,000 to make 2,000. So I did that, continue doing that. So one time, I was like around like 7K on profit on my combine, and so I really want, let's like I really wanted to pass that, and like move on to the
Mm-hmm.
express account. And I was like 7K up on all that five account, and like I think it was like I don't remember the exact date. I kind of like over risked it and I fucked it up. So
You
that
wanted to go a
time I
little more
realized,
drawdown.
yeah, and I realized, oh shit, I gotta like start like focusing back again. So I think I lost like probably like almost like 3K. I think I lost 2.5K,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like that day I just like shut down. I was like, I just gotta like step away from the chart and just relax and rethink. And I came next day, and I can't remember exact the day. I think the next day that I came, I passed that account, 150K account, and I was feeling like very like excited about that, because that's my first time passing like 150K.
Oh, it
I
was your
never.
first time passing in
Yeah,
general.
that's the first time. That's why I was
First
like so
time you
excited.
went
Like,
one, you went 5-0 with the first
yeah, I
time
was like,
passing.
yeah, I was like, damn, like if I can't do that, I can do that again in Express account too. Make that 10K.
Hey, your
So yeah,
words, and you more
yeah,
than likely said that before you did it too, because to even get eligible for a payout, you gotta get 5 winning trading days. But
yeah,
it's the same thing that I tell you guys all the fucking time. If you can win on the combine, if you can get one winning trading day, you did something that works. You just gotta be able to replicate that long term. The main
definitely.
thing is getting out of your own way. Like you said, you risked too much on that day. You
Yep,
over leveraged. You did something, but the system, the process, all of that would have been the same thing. If you would have kept it managed, you still would have
yep,
came back the next day and
right.
did what you were gonna do. It's just a
Yeah,
matter now you put yourself in that negative mindset. So now the
definitely.
chance of you doing something dumb to take you out the game is significantly more likely. But once you get
Mhm.
out of your own way, the sky's
Yep,
the limit. The process, like you said, is very simple. We do the same shit every single day. Every back testing session, I look and say the same shit
yeah,
every single, and it's just back to back to back to back. I want to kind
yeah,
of go more into like how you got to these payouts and the exact amounts, because I don't know if you were back to back winning days, if it took you 1 to 2 months on the trading. So kind of break down how much you were able to withdraw from Top Step and how kind of just the process of being able to get to
yeah,
that.
yeah, definitely. So I activate the account on July 11th. I think that's the day that I passed the 50K
Okay.
account, the five. Yep, and I activate that day. Next day was Friday. I trade. Uh, I won the trade. I make 2K, right? And I was after making that 2K, it took me like 5 days to get that 25K lock in. So I was doing the same thing, like risking $1,000 to make two K. So next day I trade on Friday. I make 2K, and I just like walk away from chart. I just like put my mind like somewhere else so I can I don't have to come back and like try to do over trade.
Hmm.
Did that, and on weekend I was just kind of looking, back testing everything, just make sure I'm good for the next week. So I did the back test on Saturday and Sunday, and come back Monday, and I took the same like similar to like exact same. So I took it, and I won that again. Like it was 2-2, and I mean I was feeling like confident, but at the same time I don't want it to be like overconfident. So yeah, I mean like I had like straight 5 win of 2K. One time I won almost 3K. I think it was probably Monday. So I had my stop loss like 1K, and there was no like take profit. I just
You
like
just kept
let it
running.
open like yeah, same as you. So Monday I think the market just like went like up,
Yeah, sometimes
straight
when I got
up.
that volume, it might go
Yeah,
straight from
yeah,
TP2 to 3 just in a couple
yeah,
seconds. That's why I always kind
yeah,
of let the TP be a little bit
yeah. That's what.
more
Yeah,
fluid. Most times
yeah,
I'm gonna be willing to close it, but I'm usually gonna close a little bit above the TP. And
yeah,
sometimes it might just give you a couple points. There's gonna be a lot of times where it also hits your TP immediately, starts consolidating,
yeah.
starts
That's right.
dropping. But with the pros comes the cons. But it's gonna keep you in the situation where you could possibly get a little
Yeah,
bit of a better ROI. Like you getting that little 1R extra is a whole other trade. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Just from
yeah.
being able to be a
Definitely.
little bit more patient. And sometimes
Yeah,
it's a couple seconds, couple second
yeah,
difference. As soon as you close at 1 to 2, it goes up 1 to 3
yeah,
in 3 seconds. You're like, yeah, you're telling me I waited an hour and it went up in 3 seconds. It'd be like
yeah,
that sometimes. But that's why TPs, I don't always have them, but stop loss I always have. TP I'm
yeah.
a little bit
It's
more
not like that.
flexible with, but that stop loss is always guaranteed.
I mean, like you said, I mean, we never know what market will do. We just want that 1 to 2. That's all I'm looking for too. Like same as you. So whenever my trade hit that TP1, I go break even, and I just let it play. I don't even touch nothing. If it's come back to break even, it's break even. Like I just like walk away. I don't even look for second trade.
So you
Because
usually
I
just
don't.
take like one trade. if you get
Yeah,
one.
just like one. Yeah, just one trade. Because even like if I come back to break even, like I don't want my mind to be like like oh man, it's kind of like force it.
If you're
I don't,
catching those 1 to 3s and only take a one trade, is also going to make it so that your wins are significantly bigger than your losses. Yeah, when you take an L, it's going to
yeah,
suck because now it's just
yeah,
one and done. You got to walk away. But when you do win a 1 to 3 or 1 to 2, it's like you're giving yourself 3 days of trades essentially, which is
yeah,
it's a good amount of time. And that's also probably one of the key things that led you to being able to get such a big payout because your wins compounded so much more than the L's because you were just
right.
taking one W, one L, but your W's were significantly bigger. Because how much you were risking, like 1,000, you said per trade
Yeah,
or so.
$1,000. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
I was just, yep,
1,000 goes a long way because 1,000 to get two, but when you're getting 1,000 to get three, sometimes 1,000 might give you four because sometimes
yeah,
if you're trading US 30 NAS, sometimes that
mhm,
50 points might be like this, sometimes it might be
right,
like these, and
yeah,
sometimes that trade might just give you that little bit more and you could really take
yeah,
advantage of it. But that just goes to
definitely.
show the power of risk reward. But how
Yep.
long did it take you and how many payouts was it? Like, did you take to kind of compound? Because I'm not sure the exact number. I think it was like 30,000 or something the last
So,
time I had
so
saw.
yeah, it took me like 5 days to get that first payout. I did not like lose any that 5 days. I straight
So
win
just
that,
5 days straight.
yep, straight 5 days, like 2K. And
It's a good week right there.
after, yeah, after that, I just locked in. I was like, man, I'm not gonna trade. I'm just gonna request that money until they withdraw that money out
And
of
then
my
how
account.
much did you withdraw?
I withdraw 5K from each account because they
See,
have
that
the
was
max limit.
25.
Yep,
That's a good
definitely.
week
Yeah,
right there. That's a good week if I do say so
yeah,
myself. Because
yep,
especially because you want every day. Most people aren't going to be able to go one like start Monday and then by Friday be able to have 25K just during that
yeah,
week. Like it's not like it took you multiple months either. So that's crazy because the ROI like just goes to show like you took the.
yep,
I wish I had a picture of the play. I wish it was like back there somewhere like where the
right,
whiteboard is. But the play literally
yep,
was exactly that because the ROI you were able to do. You spent 1,500 and you made
definitely.
back 25,000. Now, if you
Yep,
take, even if you just take that 5,000, you invest it back into either a live account, invest it back into more funded
yeah,
because you're still up 20,000 in profit,
definitely.
and not
Yeah,
including, I'm not sure how much you spent over the years and everything, but more than that's a good amount of money, and
yeah,
especially
yeah.
to do it in a week, it just goes to show what's possible from you doing
Mm-hmm.
the same shit because you're not
Yeah,
always gonna win 5 days in a row, but if you can get a $25,000 payout in a week, what can you consistently do in months? You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
And you don't need to
yeah,
have $20,000 weeks every single week. But if you could do that a little bit here, a little bit there, you won't need a job.
yeah,
Like I can
yeah.
promise you
So
that.
yeah, that's the thing, man. So after that, I think Monday they withdraw. They take 5K from each account. Uh, I don't remember if I traded that day that took it. I think I just like I was off. I just wanted to like my mind to be just like off from
Nah, I
the
would have
chart.
been off too. Monday through
Yeah.
Friday, you had a good weekend right there. That
So I,
weekend, you probably was like, felt
yeah,
good
man,
weekend.
I was like super excited because that was my first big payout. I mean, like I had the payout from Top Step, probably like 900, like probably a long time ago. And after that,
Nah, it's a big one. It's a big
yeah,
step
I
because
was,
now any payout under that is gonna feel less, even though it's gonna
it does,
feel,
bro.
even though any payout's a good amount. Even if you take a payout of 1,000, you
Yeah,
gonna be looking at it like
and
it
yeah,
could be, but that's a good thing because now you have that's your highest payout. Now you have
yeah,
a reason. Now you got something to beat. Now it's like a competition between yourself. Like, okay,
yeah,
that was our first highest day. It's like with me, I had my biggest month I ever made was like $60,000. Now
right,
in that back of my head, that's something I'm trying to work towards. Before it
yeah,
was 60, it was 30, and then once it was 30, it got to 60, and you know what I'm saying. But it's like keep
yeah,
different levels that you're trying to beat. Now I'm trying to get to 100. But it's like then
mm-hmm.
once I get 100, I'm gonna try to do two. It's like all these
Oh
little barriers because it's like the market. You make a high, then you retrace. But then guess
yeah,
what? You got to try to get right back to that high. Everything
definitely,
you're gonna reach a high. You're gonna go to little drawdown periods. You're gonna
oh
be able to see the reality of it to realize you're not gonna be able to have 25K every single week
yeah,
because you can't win every single trade every week. You
yeah,
were
right,
able to take advantage of what you could. But
mm-hmm.
now from there, now you're back into the realism of it to be able
Yeah,
to keep yourself in the game to even just be able to, like I said, 1 week, even if you just do that once a month, you good. You
yeah,
gonna be good. Trust. You gonna have more than enough money than you'll need. Everything it'll just be more or less external. You won't have to worry about the things that you need no more. It'll just be things
yeah,
that you want. And that's a
yeah,
very good position to be in because you'll be able to get your time back to put it into things that you want to instead of
yeah,
forcing yourself to have to put your time into things you have to. And
yeah,
from being able to do that, the money's cool, but you'll be able to get the time and freedom that's going to allow you to do
yeah.
anything that money can't.
Yeah, that's the thing. The reason why I get into trade because I want the freedom. I don't want to because like, right now I'm working like 9 to 5. I'm
Hmm.
a law enforcement, and like it's pretty good money, but I don't want to be, like working for
It's not.
someone
It's
else,
not
like
what you
for
just did. I'll tell you that. Like
yeah,
even if you making 100K a year, which is pretty
yeah,
unrealistic in most cases. Like for
mm-hmm.
law working, even if you're making
Yeah.
100K, you working every day. You're putting your
So
life in
damn,
danger to
that's
make that
right.
100K. You made 25% of that in a week, probably in
Mm-hmm.
your crib. I'm not sure the exact how you were trading. You might have been just from your phone, whatever it is. But even then, that doesn't mean just leave immediately. Just show
Yeah,
yourself you could do it
yeah,
consistently. Because if you could do it one time, I can promise you, you could do it again. Same thing you told yourself when you went
yeah,
from the combine to the
mm-hmm.
funded to now the payout. You did every single thing that you didn't do before. Proved to
Right,
yourself that you could do it. Now the
yeah,
only thing in your way is continuously doing it
definitely,
again, doing it 2 times. Get 25K payout, get another 10, get another 15, get another 5, and just it doesn't need to be 25 every time. You just want to
yeah,
be able to
definitely,
keep consistently doing it because the same thing that you did that won you the 5 trades, it's not going to be the same amount. You're not going to win the same amount every trade. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Some trades going to be slower, but it's about having the process, having a system that all you got to do is show up every day, do the same thing, and then once you got a certain amount of money, once you got the plan, you won't even need the law enforcement job. But it's
oh,
just about having it all structured so that when it does happen,
yeah,
it all happens on purpose. Nothing happens by accident. I'm sure you know that. Like
yeah,
literally the playbook. It was a playbook. It's not like all this was random. This was something that I sat down before I even tried to do it. Read it
mm-hmm.
all down, word for word, what we would do, and you were living proof. They're just having a plan, following it, making it happen. Like that's the blueprint right there. Literally the
Yeah,
blueprint. Like the roadmap, the playbook on how to make 25K, right there, and you're living proof.
definitely, definitely, man. So, yeah, man, it was like super exciting, like it was like the best moment of my life, kind of.
First
It was
best
like,
moment. First
yeah,
best
it was
moment. That
like,
was just the first of many. That's how you got to look at it. That was just the
yeah,
first good moment of many because that was like your highest high. But guess what? Once you do it
definitely,
for 50, once you do it for 100, once you do that, once you can show somebody how to do the same thing, it's like all these
mm-hmm.
different levels that you'll reach just from being
Right,
able to do it yourself. But it
right,
all starts from starting. There was a point that you
definitely,
couldn't even understand the charts or candlesticks. Now you're
definitely,
at this point, and then imagine where you'll be in a couple months, in a year, two, three
yo,
years. The sky's the limit, especially when you have something that works. You got something that works. The same thing I'm doing, you said you copied it word for word. If I could do it,
exactly,
and if you could do it, why can't nobody else?
yep.
The only thing in your way is you.
Definitely, man. That's right. That's right. So yeah, man. So I'll just continue with that. So after I withdraw that, it just took like 3 days to hit my bank, hit it.
Not bad
So
at all. Better than
yeah,
2 weeks for a paycheck. You got your 3 days, and it was a weekend. If it wasn't a weekend, it probably would have been faster. Like
yeah,
if it was like on a
yeah,
Monday or Tuesday, you
yeah,
probably would have got it like a day late. But you probably took it on that Friday. Then it had to
yeah,
do every process. There was all they had to come back from work. But
definitely, yeah,
usually the payout, like especially if you do it through a live account, it's
yeah,
usually like that same day, this next day. And I'm telling you, a
yeah,
job you might work a whole 2 weeks. You still gotta
hmm
wait 2 weeks to get paid. You work 5 days this week, you ain't gonna get paid for another 7 days.
yeah,
At least with
that's
this, we can at least pay ourselves for the time that we're putting into it,
right.
and it's
Yeah,
way more flexible. We're paying, we're everything. It comes down to us. No boss, just us, and that's why, like you said, the freedom.
yeah. That's the thing. I get into trading. Kind of more putting my time on trading. Kind of uh, kind of putting my mind on that trade, that saying myself that if I just like find that good strategy that will work. So I found your group, I joined. I started looking at like all the video you post, for like back testing every Saturday, Sunday, going through that, like mindset, everything. I watched it. But I would say, like, I mean, for some people it will take like couple months to get it, but for me it took me like almost year and a half to
Everyone's
actually.
different.
Yeah, yep. So
This comes down to learning yourself, because every situation took me 2.5 years, 3 years. It took you
mhm,
like a year and a half, 2 years. It took some people 5, 6 years. It's just a matter
yep.
of because everyone's always asking. I was just on a live. Like the reason I was taking a little bit longer to reply to you, I was on Instagram Live. Everyone
Right,
kept
right.
asking, "How long you to take to be profitable? How long did it take you to get profitable?" I'm like, bro, even if I tell you how long it took me, that doesn't mean it's gonna take you that
Mhm,
long. Because it could take you 5 years, it could take you 1 year, it could take you 2 months. But it just
definitely.
comes down to what are you gonna do? What are the
Yeah,
actions and inputs you're gonna put in within that
yeah,
time? I started learning during COVID, and I was putting in the work with nothing else to do, out 10 hours a day straight. So
right.
that's part of the reason why I also believe I was able to get to the level that I am now, because I had certain advantages that not everybody had. But not
Yeah,
everybody's gonna have that same situation. Some people have
right,
to work a 9 to 5 job when they first start trading. I started trading when I had nothing to do, so I had all that time to just learn. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But every situation is
Yeah,
different. That's what people got to understand. It's just a matter of when are you going to be profitable? When are you going to make the switch to start doing what you need to? What are
definitely.
you going to do? What are the inputs you're going to put in? And as you can see, you probably didn't even take my trades either. You're probably taking your own trades, same system, but all your own stuff. And that makes you self-sufficient. You don't need my
Yeah,
trades. It's the same information. You can
Yep.
just take advantage of it. It's like a cookie cutter. You got the
Yep.
cookie cutter. You don't need me to give you the cookie cutter. You just
Yeah.
do what you want to do. It's gonna do what it's gonna do regardless. You don't need
Def-
nobody else to do it.
yep. Definitely, man. Yeah. It's just yeah. It's just like the time you put. You know how much effort you put. How much you like. You just gotta like if you want to be like serious, you just gotta put time. Like I also like do back this. Like because that's what I did before. So if I take a trade after market close, I go for that 1 hour. I just go
Hmm.
do. I just go look. Like recap that trade that I like. What could I have done better, or like what could I have? Like the timing. Like everything. I just like recap everything. Kind of like go through the trade. Like if I had done that, it would be much better. Just kind
And
of.
that's what you got to do. That's exactly what you got to do to be able to get to the position of being able to get a 25K payout because you got to do your due diligence. You got to understand yourself. You got to understand what you're doing. You got to understand your trading system. I'll also say before we get up out of here, like what were you
Yeah,
trading specifically?
I was trading US 30 and NAS.
Just
That's
those
the
two?
two. Yeah, that's just those two.
S&P barely rare. You might look at S&P here and there, but I barely be on it
No,
either.
I don't
You
trade
don't even look at
S&P.
it. You said, hey, that
Yeah,
works. All you need is what works. I don't really
yeah,
trade S&P. I might look at it here and there, but I also look at the dollar. You'll never see me
definitely.
take a trade on the dollar. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
also
man.
look at Bitcoin. You never see me take a trade on Bitcoin. It's more or less I
No.
look at it to get an idea of what the
Yeah,
dollar is
just
doing. But US
yeah,
30 NAS, perfect. So yeah, it was probably like a mix of both. Hey, that's all you need. Sometimes
yeah,
that's all you need.
man.
Less is more.
Yeah, it was good, man. And I think I continued like trading it, and I just took like one loss of 1,700. That's it. And I took a loss. I just like get off from the chart. I came next day. I won. I got all that loss back. And I keep on doing that, and I was able to get another 25K. That's crazy. I got 50K. You know that?
you
that's
just
why I
you just blew
that's
my
why I sent
mind.
it to that's why I sent it to my bank statement.
My boy just blew my mind. I didn't even know there
Yeah,
was a second one. So whole time I'm
50K.
thinking, was that off the
50K.
same account, son?
Same account, yeah, 50K. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna have to rechange that video to 1500 to 50K. Nah, that's crazy, bro. So I
Yeah.
would say definitely with that. So what is your thing? What do you think you're gonna do with your work situation? Because I'm assuming after you probably have in your mind something that you want to do. Because especially like I don't know how much you make a year, but I'm telling you, 50K that's less than a month. 50K in a
Yeah.
month, you don't even need to leave your job, but you're probably in your mind. What are your thoughts
Yeah.
right now? Like, what are you thinking that moving forward is gonna be your
So
kind of
like
plan of action?
right now I'm thinking starting like vlogging too. That's my next
Shit,
plan
I
right
wish
now.
you would have started. If you would have started
I
already,
know
that
that's
would have
what I'm
been crazy.
saying.
But that's why I always tell people you're gonna wish you did it, but when it's
Yeah.
too late. But it's like your best time to start is now. That's all you can, cause that
Yeah.
story is still there. This could be your reason. The same thing I just did an interview with Demario. I
Yeah.
was telling him because he had turned $250 into 2,000, right?
Yeah.
And he had it recorded but never posted it. So now from me posting this, I made him post that video and get it active. So now
Definitely.
this is
Yeah.
like your start. Now people gonna be like 50K.
Yeah. That's
I'm telling you,
that's
so
what I'm
and
saying.
people
Yeah.
just want to be able to see the process. All you got to do with the content is show what you already do.
Yep.
Talk about
That,
what you're already doing. You already got the proof. You don't got to do
yep.
nothing besides be you. It is be authentic. That's it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, definitely, man. I was like on and off on your group. I mean, like I did join your, like live trading like every day, kind of see like how you do everything. So like after a while, I just wanted to like do it on my own, and kind of see like if I will, like cut the trade or same as you. But I'll be still on the live, but I kind of start doing my on my own time too,
Now that's
like kind
good
of
because that's
able
gonna be
to,
the most important thing. Because now that you can still come into the lives and still do your own thing. Like it's like how I am in the live calls. I have other people there, but I could also let that affect my bias. But me
oh yeah,
getting used to just trusting myself over time, I don't even care
yeah,
no more. So it's just
yeah,
like being in that environment also makes it so it's like you gotta learn to not give a fuck what anybody else is doing
yeah.
besides yourself. Because I might be along, because you're like I like short stuff. You gonna
That's
have
what
to
I'm
learn to
saying.
trust yourself. And then once you do that and say you take the shorts and win, you can be like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's why you gonna learn to trust yourself over anything. We could trade the same way, but we might just not be looking at it the same right now. And that's perfectly
yeah,
normal. That's trading for you. It's all perspective. But this is
yeah.
about trusting yourself. Because no matter what, you're going to be self sufficient to where you don't
Mhm.
need nobody. You can wake up, look at your chart. You got your
Yeah,
system, your plan, your experience, your data, and your 50K payout that prove that this shit does work. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's
Yeah,
crazy. 50K.
the craziest thing is that I make that all the money while I was in military drill for my 2 weeks training. I did that all from my phone.
Imagine doing that.
That's
Imagine actually
crazy.
being locked in then. Like actually
Yeah,
like being there full time, like really just like being able to be diligent. That's
Yeah,
crazy. It just goes to show
yeah,
it's possible when you just put the work
yeah.
and you have a plan. If you could do that, nobody else has an excuse. Like I
No,
don't need no excuse. And now every excuse that we go to the call we have at 8 o'clock tonight,
mm,
you gonna be brung up. Trust. Because any excuse I see them motherfuckers have, I'm like, nah, fuck that,
yeah,
fuck
that's
that.
it, it is fucking, man. Just I'll say to everybody, just just do what you gotta do. Just don't give up. Cause one point I was just trying, almost like giving up on training because I wasn't being like profitable. I was just like buying up like 50K and I'm blowing like same day, and buying it again, blowing it again. It was like that. My mindset wasn't like right that time. But after watching you kind of go, you like every day, you like Saturday Sunday, you go through your like mental,
You very seen
psychology.
every day. The trading part's easy. And as you said, it's very simple, but I wish it was just as easy as that. Because you can get
Oh
those
yeah,
50K, but the main thing is continuously
continue.
doing that. You already
Definitely.
got what works. It's not a
Yep.
matter of how to do it no more. Now it's
Yep.
about how to keep doing it. And then
Yep.
that's all internal. All internal.
That's
Because
the
all
thing.
it
Yeah.
takes is one day, one bad trade to be feeling a little bit wrong, and you
Yeah.
already know how it gets. Everything can go right downhill. It's just about
Oh yeah.
treating each day just as valuable as the last. You gotta have that discipline. You gotta have that patience. Today,
Def-
tomorrow doesn't exist, yesterday doesn't exist. All you got is now. What are you going to do in this moment? And based off of what you're going to do in this moment is going to be the reason you are where you are in a couple years. And the reason you're going to
Definitely.
be where you are right now is because of the actions you already took. The reason you were able to get that 50K payout is from being able to watch the back sessions,
Mhm.
from back testing, from getting the confidence, and from being disciplined enough to keep your account and not do some dumb shit. Taking one trade a day, like I said, that requires discipline. Most people can't do that. But I guess you
Yeah.
know what the saying always is? Do what they won't to achieve what they
Definitely.
can't. Most people ain't gonna make 50K in what, a month? You said you
No,
passed the counter on the 11th. That's a little bit
yeah.
less than a month.
Yeah.
That's a little
Yeah.
bit less than a month if I
Yeah.
do
It
say so
is, yeah.
myself.
That's what is crazy. Like I mean, like I don't believe in myself too. It's just like, but I got it.
Anything's
I mean,
possible, bro.
like I
You
did
already
it.
did it. Trust. You
Yeah.
already did it. If you could do it
Yeah.
once, you could do it again. And if you could do
Yeah.
50, you could do 100. It may not happen immediately after, but guess what? You got money now to where you got time. That's the
Oh
most
yeah.
important thing. You have time. Fuck the money. You just have
Yeah.
time. You don't gotta worry about bills next month. You have
No.
30 days to be able to just focus on today. And
Yeah.
from having that like privilege of being able to just be here today, you'll be able to
Yeah.
be disciplined because you're not
Definitely.
forced to try to do something, and that's the
Yeah.
best position to be in.
Yeah. Definitely, man. So, yeah, man, my next plan of action is probably just start vlogging and, probably if I start, making that withdraw, like consistently, then I'll probably think about, maybe like quitting that law enforcement, and
Hmm.
just,
Yeah, just have a
start doing
plan.
it
That's
like
all. As long as
time.
you have a plan of action, as long as there's like a reason behind it all, it's
Yeah.
all about taking that risk. Trust. Right now, you definitely the money's not a problem. You know how to make the money. Now it's just about
Yeah.
getting out of your own way, continuously being the person that you were to keep doing that. Because you could lose yourself, you could fall out of your routine, all of that. You got to
Yeah.
make sure to keep doing the same thing. And if you
Yeah.
can keep doing that, sky's the
And,
limit.
oh, yeah,
Now,
man.
I look forward to coming back to our next call. Our next call is gonna be 100K plus. With the way this is
Hey,
looking,
bro.
probably more than 100K at this point.
Yeah, man.
I
That's
came
the
in here
thing,
with the
man.
mindset thinking it was 25K, and you blew my mind with the other 25. I wasn't even aware of that one.
Yeah, I did send another screenshot on
I
good.
probably might have thought it was maybe the same screenshot, probably because they
Yeah.
were probably around the same amount, probably the different ones then, huh?
Yeah, the first one was they took it like 1,500. The second one they took like almost like I think like 2K, something like that. So yeah, so it
So
was
yeah,
nice, man.
compounded. Hey,
Yeah, they
I'm
come
all
out.
for it, bro. That's good work, and it's just the start. We gonna have another great week. But all I'm gonna tell you, don't have any expectations. Just go in the week,
No, I
follow the process,
don't.
follow the plan, and you're gonna be good regardless.
Definitely, man. No expectation. I'll be there. If I see the opportunity, I take it, man. If
That's
not,
it. It's a
I'm
defense
going back
game.
to
That's all it is. We
Oh
got
yeah,
time. Time is on our side. But now it was
yeah,
good talking to you, Birdie. It's a great
yeah.
story. Now you got a reason to start that vlog. All you got to do is pick that camera up, and if you
Oh
do,
yeah.
wherever you're gonna post it, just send me it, and I'm gonna put it in the link of this. So
Okay.
wherever it is, so you might not have nothing posted, but just I'm gonna have wherever it's
Okay.
gonna be posted, whether it's YouTube or your Instagram, and we'll put it in the bottom.